And welcome back to another episode of World War Selection. In today's battle, we are heading into a new season full of mirrors. Mirror maps, to be more specific. We bring balance to the force. Finally, neither one side will have more force than the other. Neither side will have more fish than the other, or more trees. You will both have the exact same thing. And I welcome this with open arms, because this is great. Because now we get maps that look like this in a 2v2. And not only that, we have now 2v2 ranked. Finally, players, friends can join up and play other friends who have joined up. It's great. More team voice chat, more teamwork, more games, more battles, more great battles. Now, in this battle, I am playing with Xtya, and we are against Matejko and Mr. Smiley Face. Over on the right, the top right, is me, and on the bottom right is Xtya. And in the top right, we got Matejko, who's gone for 4 huts and pits. That's a bit much, mate. Let me have a quick look. You're going to get supply blocked. Yeah, you remember now. And in the bottom left, we have Mr. Smiley with 3, 6, 7 huts. Looking like he wants to tech up a little bit quicker than everybody else. This map is quite interesting. Very interesting. Where the bottom players are blessed with fish beyond fish. On both sides, obviously, because it is mirrored. Although this guy hasn't got it yet. But he will get his once he realizes. And over on the top side, we have fish, and we got mammoth, some cows, and the mammoth up here if you manage to find it. And a couple of balls laying around. Which is enough food to tech up, get to your chickens before you run out. Obviously, being a 2v2, there will be the Stone Age, as there is enough distance. The distance isn't long enough to not do Stone Age. This is a stone throw away, as you would say, to get to the opponent. We'll speed it up to get straight into the action. This guy, Mr. Smiley, has probably gone the slowest possible route to get to the pits, but he's gone more economical. So there is that. He's got his footsie upgrade. He's pumping out more workers. He's going to pump out loads of pits and then powerhouse. While his friend at the top tries to deal damage. Now on the other side, we realized how the map is, and we realized there was a choke point here with the warehouse in place. I mean, it's easy to defend this point. So Xtya decides to go attack whilst I deal with defending this area, which won't be too much of a problem as the bulwarks come up. He could have run past me, but he didn't. Xtya comes in, splitting his warriors and attacking Matejko's base, disrupting some mining time. The chickens aren't up yet, so this is quite a big blow to Matejko. Over here, Mr. Smiley is pumping out. He's going to be pumping out heavy soon. He's just waiting for his time. Meanwhile, Xtya, with the extra fish, pumps out a whole new army and sends it across. As you can see, he still hasn't got his chickens, but he is slowly running out of eco. So he needs to get his chickens up. Bit confusing here, who's who, but that's Smiley Face going against Xtya here. Let's change the colors so it's a bit more obvious. There we go. Oh, no, we need to change this. And we need to do that. And do that. There we go. There's Xtya running around his warriors. Now I'm starting to attack as well. Now that I'm comfortable, I'm getting my chickens up. And getting my economy up, my supply up. And I will be pushing hard. We got a wall. The first wall comes up. They realize they don't want warriors coming through here and harassing. Matejko switches to Maceman. Thinks he's seen this defense and thinks the only way to break that is going to be Maceman. Xtya spots the Maceman. I quickly put up a wall and I start pumping out slingers to defend this big push that's about to come. Now Xtya comes in with his next army. He has his chickens now. Yep, he has his chickens and he's pumping out warriors again. He tells me to open the door. I open the door and he runs past the army all the way to the other side. But Matichka realizes this, goes to the choke point and stops any shenanigans happening. But Xtya plays a bit of American football and just shuffles his way past Mr. Smiley's units and straight into the workers. Where are those other ones gone? Was there more? No? Alright. Now we defeat the force that was at the front, and now I push hard with slingers, but they're so rubbish against buildings. So I'm stuck really not doing too much. Matechka decides to upgrade his spears before he actually got the spearman upgrade. As you can see, oh no, he has got it. He has finished it. Okay, he's at heavy spears. Big stake by me here. I accidentally left my slingers here. I did click it here, but it must have misclicked and they stayed there. This is the proper choke point to leave them. Whilst Xtya's units, warriors were coming in, and we could have doubled up on them and probably defeated all these spearmen and pushed quite hard, as well as splitting some units and doing damage to the workers at the same time. So sorry, everybody's upgrading, getting to the Iron Age. Everyone's getting the iron. Now if you notice, we've got one iron each here, one at the front, a big 10k one, and the other two are in the middle. We don't realize that there was iron here. Later on at the end of the game, we had actually scouted their side and they had actually got the warehouse here. So at the moment we know that iron is scarce. So getting this is very important, and most importantly, getting this top high point in the middle of the map is the most important part at the moment. They try and push to take this. They know this as well. They start pumping out towers and they try and push us back, but our heavy spears are out, archers are out, and we start to push them back. Meanwhile, we got someone, Mr. Smiley, not someone, Mr. Smiley going boats down here preparing for a naval battle, but I don't know how far that's going to go just yet, because there's a big fight happening at the top. Everybody needs to bring some units in. And we take down the wall with the heavy spearmen. Heavy spearmen can take down these wooden walls because their spears are heavy. Take down one. That was a bit of a waste, taking down one archery. Then for all them heavy spears is not worth it. Little mistake, but that's fine. We have the higher ground. We have the higher ground, just like Obi-Wan had the higher ground. And he defeated soon-to-be Darth Vader. He tries to come up the higher ground, but it's too much. The warriors, we have, we've got more units coming in, more and more. I mean, I've got about 9 or 10 barracks and about 5 or 6 archeries. So the units are pumping out fast. Matechka's running out of money, trying to keep up. My food is good. I'm trying to get my supply up much higher than his, so I will eventually have more units than them. Meanwhile, Mr. Smiley deciding the bolts is the way to go. Builds these junks, a lot of junks, about 10 there, and goes to the other side to try and find something to shoot. But he shoots nothing. Meanwhile, Xtya waypointing his fish bolts to get killed. So we decide at this point, you know what? They can't get to our temple by sea. You can have everything on the shoreline. You can just take it. Take it. You can waste your money on naval. We are taking this heavy ground and we are going to build elephants. That is the plan. But there's still one important factor that remains, which will be revealed as the game goes on. Smiley Face carries on building junks. I mean, they're not doing anything, are they? Imagine if he put some units in them as well. But he needed the units up here to fight. And he has no supply left to buy units because he built so many junks. The elephants pop out. We realize there's entrance points up here, but so did they, so they built a wall to protect themselves. So I decided to build a wall to protect us. While that's happening, and the junks carry on trying to find something to shoot. He's gonna get a few houses which can be replaced. They are not important at this stage at all. The economy is boosting for Xtya, pumping out the elephants. My economy is boosting. Mr. Smiley over here, his economy is decent too. Matechka at the front, his economy is okay. He ain't broke. He is moving up. Now they're gonna be in trouble when they realize, yeah, this rocket cannon ain't gonna do shit. We're gonna realize, holy crap, they're coming in from the top. They're smashing our walls in. Use the elephants as fodder, archers to kill everything. Brilliant. This will just make them waste more money on units. So that little attack happened. This guy still, Medieval, is probably going to upgrade soon. There will be a bit of a race for upgrading for both Smiley Face and Xtya, as they are the kind of backline, but not backline, kind of front line to the sea kind of thing. So we little exchange at the top. I run off. I've already got my army here again, and Xtya has his elephants and starts moving in from the front before we can organize that properly. So we lose that fight and I have to run in back home. But what I do is I close this door and I put my men in here, let him try come in, and he couldn't, and he realized that trap and he ran off. But that would have been so sweet. You can see here some blueprints, some more rocket cannons gonna be built, which is like the worst thing against walls, but in mass they do start doing some damage. Got some ASAPs from Xtya as well as the elephants, so he's pumping out as much as he can in the front line, building his barracks here as well. As we go, carry on. Anything happening in the naval? No, these are completely useless now. Oh, but he has some turtle ships and warships, so he can do a little bit of damage there, but it's not the greatest range. They try and take out our little fortress here, but it's too late. I have hand cannons. And that pretty much reflects that naval away from us. So he decides to go down to Xtya's base to try and do more damage. But you know what? These boats are just so rubbish. I come down to help with my hand cannons and some archers to reflect him away. He gets scared of that, so he moves back up here. But I have more hand cannons. Now the plan at the moment, let me slow this down to explain the plan at the moment. Let's see how far Xtya is. He is there already. He's India. We decided that I will not be going industrial. I will just go late medieval so I can get my hand cannons. And if I need to, the buzz, what are they called? Harkubuzia. If I need to. And he will go machine gun elephants. He will take all the iron there is and he is going industrial. I will just stay at late medieval. That's the plan, and that's the plan we stuck with. And that's it. Machine gun elephants, hand cannons is the combo here, and nothing can stop it. We had them coming from everywhere. He brought some from on the top, and that is a GG. But that was a pretty good game. We fully enjoyed that game. It was a great map. Nobody was in trouble with a spot, and even if you were, the other side was in trouble. I will just wait for the last person to. They said GG, but they're still in. They're amazed by this awesome play that me and Xtya just performed. They did take down one of my balloon towers, and I put another one up. They try to bring some Ashugaru Jaris to try and kill machine gun elephants, but that's not gonna happen. Let's just speed this up to the end of the game. So I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learned something, and I hope you enjoy playing some 2v2s. So, till next time, see you later.